Hey Crystal, so I'm going to go over a few things via Google Doc and I will send this over to you afterwards. So first off, great job with this particular days of meals and macros. It was honestly amazing. I feel like you're catching on very, very quickly to a lot of things and doing really well. So that is really good. That just shows me proof that you're going to go really, really far with reaching your goals. So you definitely fit in some really good things that you like, and you got in the things that you needed, and you hit your protein, which was amazing without going over your fats. So this was honestly amazing. And the number one thing to really just be more conscious of in terms of food is literally the fat content base of it, because we have our higher fat proteins and our lower fat proteins, and then we have our higher fat carbs and our lower fat carbs, and then we have our actual fat dense foods like avocados, oils, nuts, etc. And then there's obviously like condiment type things and sauces and dips that are higher fat, and but that's really just the main thing to learn about with food. And those are your macronutrients, and they're just kind of split into higher and lower fat proteins and carbs, and then your fat dense foods. Once you start realizing that about your meals and particular foods in them, you will start to understand kind of where you're at intuitively with your macros. And that is the goal. The goal is not to keep logging food forever. It's just a couple days a week and learning about it and being shown some things, and then eventually you'll be able to do this all on your own, in your own head. So here's a little sheet to kind of show you and remind you just what to eat before and after a workout. Oh, and I just wanted to mention quickly, make sure you don't go below 1,500 calories in a day, because that's just too low of a calorie bracket, and we need enough fuel and macronutrients in order to build muscle and sustain it and recover properly. So eating really low calories is just going to work against you. Every now and then, I know we have those type of days, but just try not to go below 1,500 calories. Okay, so before and after a workout, it's super important to get the right foods in, because we're not only going to feel better and have better energy before and during and after, but it's just going to give us more results. We want to maximize our results with everything that we're trying to do. So rule of thumb, if you're not hungry before a workout, like say you had eaten something a couple hours before and you're just not hungry, then you don't have to have a simple carb intake. But if it's been like 2.5, 3, 4 hours since you've had anything to eat and you need to work out, that's when you would have some sort of like simple carb intake, like a banana, an apple, some raisins, a slice of toast with some butter, and you can put some butter and like jam on there. That's totally fine. Or you can just do jam without the butter. Kind of depends on where your calories are at for that day. But that's going to give you that fuel. And then right after, you're going to have protein intake, whether it's a protein bar, protein shake, some cottage cheese, and you can add a little simple carb action to that as well, whether it's a little bit of blueberries, or say a fruity yogurt with high protein, a couple of eggs, and like I said, you want protein right after, and it's okay to add a little bit of simple carbs to that as well. And then shortly after that, you should be hungry for a full meal. So I always eat something like 30, 40 minutes after I have that post-workout protein intake, because I'm hungry. Your body's hungry. It's been doing work and you need the food. So whenever you feel hungry, then you have that full meal of, carbs, fats, proteins, a full solid meal. So here's a little snack list of some low carb, low fat, low sugar items that you can honestly eat a lot of, and it's not going to work against you. I love those Quest bars. They're sold at Target. They're really tasty. And all of the other ones I think are so gross, but these ones actually taste like you're eating a candy bar. Smart Sweets are super good. They have a bunch of different flavors and kinds. Those are sold from Target as well. The Goldfish crackers, love them. Actually, any of the flavors are really good, but those ones are sweeter and tasty. Any like Cool Whips, the light ones are really good. Dip some of those Pizzelle crackers in. You can find those at like the grocery store. They're really good. And then the ice cream. There's different kinds of like keto ice creams, which basically just means like low sugar, no sugar, whatever. But some of them are gross and some of them are good. So it's kind of trial and error. Oh, go wash them. That Fit Bake stuff is sold online only. I heard it's really good, but you can find them on Instagram and check them out. So this is a little visual of 1,800 calories. I'm going to start sending over more things like this because I love visuals and I love just seeing things broken down with pictures and the explanation next to it. But all of those meals are high protein. They all include protein. So the protein goal ratio should be hit within that calorie bracket. So obviously all of those foods total 1,800 calories with the carbs, fats, and proteins calculated into the calories. So I hope that helps. I'm going to start sending more of those. If we do proceed with training, you'll get used to every other week uploading your photos and measurements and everything, which I'll go over that with you, with showing you how. But it's super important because then you can see the actual changes on paper, because every day we don't notice those things. So as the weeks go by, we might not notice like, oh, I'm down an inch in my waist, or oh, I am fitting in my leggings better in my pictures, my side-by-sides. So it's super insightful and important to do. So if you do go for a long day or a long period of time without being able to eat, some really good things to consume real quick to hold you over for a long period of time would be something that contains healthy fats. So I love Kind bars. I love those Simple Truth organic protein bars that I have because they're composed of protein, fats, and carbs. And especially the Kind bars because they're going to be like a little bit of higher fat content, which is good in this case because it's going to keep you fuller and give you the macronutrients that you need with kind of like a high calorie in a quick, like smaller portions. So it'll keep you fuller because of that. So those are good to eat before you know that you're not going to be able to eat for a while, or if you have a long car ride or a long shift at work and you need to have something beforehand, that's like perfect. And I love the Kind bars. So check those out. There's all sorts of different ones. And they do have lower calorie ones. So try to get the actual like regular ones, not the low cal, like half a bar, 100 calorie ones, because you won't be full off of those. But I love this about your response on your check-in. You are super positive, and I love that, and it's going to take you really far having that type of mindset and attitude. But yes, just remember your why and why you started, and just know that you're going to have ups and downs and gray moments and unknown moments, but that's all a part of the process, and that's okay to have like a plethora and array of different feelings and emotions and things that are going on, because it is a part of it, and that is what's going to happen during this process. But you're still making progress during this whole time, even though all of those things happen in between. But great job. You are on point with submitting the things that you need to submit and watching the things that you need to watch, and even just learning about your macros so far has been I can tell you've been learning a lot. So this is awesome. Let me know when you listen to this, and we'll talk soon.